Hey son, how was school today? Did you have that history test you were worried about today, or is that next week? I forgot.
It's next week. I still have to study for that tonight, Dad. Thanks for reminding me. School was fine, but there's a guy in my AP English class who is so annoying. He keeps trying to catch me out on stuff. It's like he wants to prove he's better than me or something.
What is he doing? Can't you talk to your teacher about it?
I guess, but I don't really want to talk to the teacher. It's not a big deal. It just bugs me. Whenever we have to make groups or pairs to discuss something, he makes sure he's in my group so that he can ask me questions I don't know the answers to. So then, if we have a presentation, he always tries to make me look dumb in front of the whole class.
Well, some kids get super competitive in high school. I don't think they realize that once you go to university, your high school grades don't really matter anymore. Just ignore him, he'll forget about you and move on to someone else eventually. He probably feels threatened by you, Alex. Everyone knows you're smart, and you'll probably be applying to a bunch of great colleges. This guy just wants to prove he's smarter than you, but there's no reason for him to do that. He's being an idiot. In fact, he's not making himself look smarter than you, he's making himself look dumb. It's probably clear to everyone else what he's doing. Don't worry.
I know that, and it's really not necessary. He's just as smart as I am, and we don't need to make a competition out of every English class. You're right, I should just ignore him. He'll give up trying to compete if I don't react, right?
Right. That's how I always handled bullies, and it works pretty well. Just keep your head down and no one will bother you.
Did you have a good day?
Yeah, it was fine. Busy, but fine. I was just texting to tell you that I'm on my way home, actually.
I thought so. It's a bit early, isn't it? You're usually at work till at least 7 p.m. these days. I haven't even started cooking dinner yet. I don't know what I'm gonna make. I just got home and went straight upstairs to do my homework. I can't believe the teachers are still giving us homework when they know we have tests coming up.
Oh, it's no problem, kiddo. You've been making dinner for all three of us almost every day for the last few weeks, and your mom is hardly ever there to appreciate it. But I'm not going to be as busy next month, so you can relax now for a while. Actually, I was planning on trying to get home in time to make dinner myself today. That's why I got out of work earlier. I just think it's fair since you got tests coming up.
Really? That's great. You know how much I love it when you cook, Dad. I can't wait. It's been such a while since you had time to do dinner.
Well, don't get too excited. I'm not making anything special tonight. Probably just mac and cheese. If you're in the kitchen right now, can you check if we have cheese? If not, I'll go to the store on my way home.
Only mac and cheese? Nothing special? You must be joking. Your mac and cheese is fit for a king.
Whatever, son.
Well, you know I've been doing my best to help out around the house since Mom has been getting home so late. But if I'm honest, I'd rather eat your food than anything I can make.
You see, that's why I wanted to make something nice for you this evening. We've all been so busy recently, it's been such a help to have you do dinner so that there's something ready when I get home from work. Thank you so much for doing that this month, Alex. But I really think now that your tests are coming up, you should have the time back to focus on revision. I probably shouldn't have even started relying on you like that.
Well, it hasn't been much of a problem. We have plenty of cheese, by the way, I checked. Anyway, my teacher said that my practice tests are fine. I even got 95% on one of my math tests. My friend Kevin was so jealous, I thought he was going to lose his mind.
Oh, that is amazing, buddy. I really don't know where you get your brains from. Not me, anyway. Especially since you're taking all AP classes this semester, right? Isn't the material really complicated? If I was you, I would need all the time I had to study that stuff, and I probably still wouldn't understand most of it.
It's fine, really. It's not that much more complicated than regular classes. They just go into a lot more detail, so there's more to remember. But I'm doing okay. I guess it's probably down to you helping me to study so much when I was a kid. Now that I'm older, I know how to handle homework.
Well, I'm thankful for that because I don't think I could help you to study for your classes these days. Especially AP Math. I'd be hopeless. But just remember that you can tell me anytime you want to take the day off, just to focus on your studies, okay? I don't want you to feel like you have to help around the house as well as doing all of that schoolwork.
It is really fine, Dad. If I have the time, I'll help out. You're the one who's really going through a hard time right now, aren't you? Mom never helps out around the house these days. She just comes home from work and makes a huge mess and expects us to deal with it.
But that's because she's really busy with her work as well. Her career has always been really important to her, you know.
Yeah, I know. I think her career is more important than our family. But she doesn't even seem to be putting that much effort into her job recently. I think she leaves work early and goes somewhere else before coming home.
What makes you say that?
I don't know. Sometimes if I walk by her, it's like I can smell alcohol or tobacco, but she doesn't smoke. I'm starting to think that she's not spending that much time at work anyway. I feel like you're the only one doing a full-time job in this family.
Well, try to go easy on your mom, okay? She's worked really hard for so many years, and she has a lot of stuff going on right now. And I don't mind working a bit extra for you guys. Now is my chance to feel like a real breadwinner.
Whatever makes you happy, Dad, but you deserve a treat sometimes too.
Oh, that reminds me. I've been meaning to ask you if you wanted to go and watch a baseball game with me as a special treat for working so hard around the house. I'm getting a bonus at the end of this month, so I should be able to afford some really sweet tickets for us if you like.
Well, if we get tickets for after my tests have finished, I think it would be awesome. We haven't been to a game in such a long time. Do you really think that we can?
Of course. Let's do it next month after your exams have finished. I'll get the tickets. Maybe we could even get new team jerseys. I'll have to see how much my bonus is.
Okay, that would be amazing. I think mine is too small now, so I don't think I can wear it.
You're still growing?
I haven't had a new jersey in years, Dad. Of course I'm bigger now than I was when I was 13 or whenever it was when we last went to a baseball game.
Okay. Just don't tell your mom about any of this, because I don't want her to think that we're wasting money.
Sure, but if she asks, I'm not gonna lie to her.
I'm not asking you to lie to her, just don't volunteer any information unless it's absolutely necessary.
Okay, got it. I can't wait.
Hey, Georgia, did you have a good day today? Are you gonna be home late again tonight? Do you know what time we can expect to see you?
Yeah, I'm gonna be late again tonight. You know what? From now on, you can just assume I'm always going to be late if you like. I don't know why you suddenly care anyway. I haven't been home on time for months and you haven't mentioned anything.
Well, I've been working late a lot myself, so I haven't noticed as much as I probably ought to. But recently you've been coming home smelling of alcohol. Even Alex has started to notice. Don't you think it's time you got whatever this is out of your system and started spending a little more time with your family? You could at least set aside one evening a week to come straight home and hang out with your son.
Don't be ridiculous. If I come straight home after work, I'll just be bored and alone. Alex spends all of his life studying. Even if I am there, he just comes out of his room to eat and then goes straight back to study. Why should I try and spend time with you two when you're never there and he acts like I'm not there?
That's not true. Alex has been getting home from school and cooking and cleaning because I didn't have time to. If you'd been around, you would have seen that. If you get home late, then you're not going to see him because after dinner is the only time that he has to study for his tests. You should at least get home in time for dinner one day a week to have a conversation with your son. You guys hardly ever speak anymore.
Moms and their sons never really have anything to talk about when they get older. He's in high school now. We don't have anything in common anymore. Besides, if I try to talk to him, he starts acting like I'm too stupid to understand what he's saying.
I'm sure that's not true, but if you ask him what he's studying at school, he's going to start talking about complicated stuff. That's not because he's a know-it-all or anything. It's just because his classes are more difficult now.
He just acts like he doesn't have time to explain it to me.
You could try asking when he's not busy studying. Like I was saying, if you get home early enough to have dinner with us, we'll all have plenty of time to talk, won't we? I just think you need to start taking an interest in Alex and the things he's into. It's making him sad that you don't seem to have time for him anymore. If you're around the house a bit more often, you'll be able to talk to each other more naturally.
It's no use. I just don't feel like talking to anyone these days. Not unless I've had a glass of wine first. After my pay got cut like that, I am finding everything so difficult. I can barely get through the day without crying. I don't think you understand how humiliating that was for me, Bruce. I was so proud of my job before all this happened. But now I can't even look my own family in the eye?
I'm sorry you've had such a stressful year when it comes to work, but I really think you should be thankful that it was just a pay cut and you didn't get laid off. Imagine how much worse it could have been for all of us. I know it must have put a dent in your confidence. When we met, you were this incredible, high-flying businesswoman, and I know your job was a huge part of your identity. But don't you see, this is the perfect time to turn to your family for support. Alex and I will help you out no matter what happens with your work. I just really don't want to see you drowning your sorrows in drink and frivolity. For one thing, the money would be much better spent on something else. And we need to save as much as we possibly can so that we can help Alex out while he's at college.
Oh, we don't need to worry about saving money. We're still both working full-time, and you've been doing so much overtime, I think I can rely on you to save, can't I? We both know you're making more than me now that I've had my pay cut. How do you think I feel about that?
I don't know, but I think it's something you need to be fixating on, Georgia. You can't use that as an excuse to give up contributing to this family. If you could just stop drinking so much, I think you'd find you have more time and money to enjoy with your family. And I know we're still both paying the same amount as we always were to keep up with the bills and mortgage, but costs are going up. In the future, we might have to rethink how much we each pay. There are some extras I have to buy recently, and it all mounts up.
So you're saying you contribute more to our expenses than I do? That's fine. You earn more than I do.
Fine. Well, you're spending your earnings on the things you need, like drink and nights out, and I'll handle everything else, shall I?
There's no need to be passive-aggressive with me, Bruce. It's not like we're in the red or anything, right? We're perfectly safe living off your salary, and I'm saying I can't afford to give you any more than I do. We've been getting by just fine, even though I've been spending whatever I want on my social life for a few months. I'm not sure what you think the problem is here.
I just don't think it's fair. I don't know why you won't admit it, that it's not fair, instead of getting all defensive and being selfish about it.
Because until I got my pay cut this year, I was earning more than you and contributing plenty to the household expenses. I worked my butt off for this family. Now that you're so successful and wonderful, you can pick up the slack and I'll take a well-earned break, thanks very much.
I am so thankful that you worked so hard for Alex and me for so many years, Georgia. I know when we got married, your career was in a much better place than mine was, so we decided that I would take care of most of the household chores. And at that time, that was fair. But when Alex was born, we didn't really discuss our plan for parental leave or anything, so you just went back to work as soon as you could. That meant I was left taking care of Alex, and I couldn't go back to work until he was old enough to go to a childminder. And even when I went back to work, I still did most of the childcare and housework. It's like you just forgot there was an extra person to look after. I really wanted to be supportive of that, because I know that a lot of women have their careers cut short by their family commitments. I don't think that's right. If you want to, you should be able to have your career and a family. But now things are getting kind of ridiculous. You don't earn as much and you don't work as long hours, but you still seem to think I should do all the parenting and chores. I'm getting tired of it, and I don't think it's got anything to do with your career anymore. I think it's just that you don't want to be involved in this family.
But back when I was the one with the amazing career prospects, you were all jealous and you said you hoped one day you'd have that too. So now you have that, and you should be happy. And Alex doesn't need looking after so much these days, so we don't really have to worry about being around for him, do we? He's almost grown, Bruce. I just think I've worked so hard for this family, I deserve a break now that the pressure's off a bit.
You can't just take a break from your family, though. That's not how it works. I feel like you're not listening, or you're not understanding what I'm saying.
Well, if you're not happy with this conversation, why don't we just drop it? You're the one that started this discussion, but perhaps I can be the one to end it.
No, I am not finished yet.
Then why don't we just leave it for now, and when I get home later, we can just pick up where we left off. You don't have a problem with that, do you?
Yes, I do. Alex will be around then, and I don't want to have this conversation while he's in the room, trying to concentrate on his math homework or something. That is why I'm texting you about it now.
What makes you think he'll be able to hear us? He's usually listening to music while he's studying anyway. I think you're just trying to avoid having this discussion face to face because you don't have the guts to look me in the eye while you talk about me.
That's not it. I'm trying to help you, Georgia. I don't see how this crazy drinking and socializing can end well. And I want to protect Alex as much as I possibly can. He's already asking questions about why you're not around so much. I think if he hears us arguing, he'll probably freak out and start trying to take sides. Or he'll probably want to know what it all means and start jumping to weird conclusions or something. He has tests coming up soon, so I want to keep the house quiet and calm so that he can stay focused on that. Oh, don't you think that's best for him? But the other reason I want to have this conversation now is that it's important to me, so I'd really rather get it finished now instead of putting it off again.
Well, how about I hurry up and come home now? Alex won't be studying yet, so we can just ask him to take a walk to the store and pick up some juice or something.
You're really not thinking about this logically, are you? Do you think we can sort this out in the time it takes Alex to get to the store and back?
I'm just trying to find some kind of solution to make you happy so that you'll shut up and I can be left in peace. Isn't that logical?
Well, if you're gonna start being offensive, I definitely don't want to have this conversation in person. You'll just get ruder. I am not asking you to rush home early every night. I'm not even asking you to give up drinking completely. I just want you to pay a little bit more attention to your son. He misses you. And if you don't want to contribute more to the housework, perhaps you could put a little bit more of your salary towards getting a cleaner once a week.
You think we need a cleaner?
At the moment, your son is the cleaner, and we can't make him do that while he's supposed to be studying, so yes.
I can't believe the only value I have to you is financial. You just want more money out of me so you and Alex don't have to work too hard.
That is not what I said at all. I specifically said spend more time with your son. First and foremost, that's the thing I want you to change.
I'm tired of talking about this. It's driving me crazy.
Fine, let's just talk about it another time. If you have been listening to me at all, you'll try and pay more attention to Alex, and maybe we won't have to have this conversation again. It just sucks the way things are going. It feels like I'm a single father, and it's just me and him on our own.
Well, that's great for you. You were always one for busting the gender stereotypes. I'm sure you guys would get along just fine without me. Just the boys, together, enjoying baseball and video games. You don't have to worry about me, Bruce. I'll be fine.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm trying to keep this little family of 3 together. Can you just act like you're part of our family? Do some mom stuff for a change? I'm really reaching the end of my patience with it. It's becoming more difficult to think of reasons to have you around.
Yeah, I got it. Okay, you don't have to keep saying the same thing over and over. I'll try and get home earlier sometimes, okay? Can you just leave me alone now, please?
Hi, Dad. You're not at home right now, are you? No, I'm back at work. I just started my lunch break. Are you okay? Oh, today's the day you finish school early, right? There's some stuff in the fridge for lunch. Help yourself to whatever you want, okay? Or you can make something yourself if you like. I'll make dinner when I get home, though. You're supposed to be using this time to study like your teachers are expecting. Yeah, okay. But actually, I was wondering if you came home early because it looks like there's someone in our house. Really? There shouldn't be anyone there besides you. Maybe I just left the lights on or something. Your mom is at work today, and she said she wasn't going to make it home until late again. No, it's not just the lights. There is definitely someone else here. There is a car parked in the driveway, and I don't recognize it. I'm pretty sure I've never seen it here before, so it can't be anyone we know. Huh? Maybe one of the neighbors is using our driveway while we're out. No, I just tried to open the door really quietly to see if it was unlocked, and it's open. There's a couple of pairs of shoes in the hallway, and one pair is a guy's sneakers, but they're not mine or yours. This is really freaking me out.
There's at least 2 people in the house and definitely a guy that I don't know.
Alex, are you in the house right now? Just stop whatever you're doing and please get back outside of the house. If there's someone in there, we don't know that they could be dangerous.
But if they were trying to rob us, they wouldn't have taken off their shoes, would they? That wouldn't make any sense. I don't think whoever this is wants to threaten us or anything. It could be that Mom came home early from work and bought a friend. Or we left the door open and Grandma and Grandpa have turned up and let themselves in. That's possible, right?
No, Grandma would have texted me that she was planning on coming over. I can't think of any reason someone would be in our house uninvited without intending to commit a crime. That means they're probably a threat if you catch them. Also, you know Grandma and Grandpa's car, right? It can't be someone you already know if you don't recognize the car. I really don't like the sound of this, Alex, so I really think you should go outside the house and wait for me to get home or for the police to arrive. Actually, you should go over to one of the neighbors' houses and explain to them what is happening. They'll let you wait with them.
Okay, but I really don't think it's a robber or any kind of criminal. They're not even being secretive. I can hear them talking and laughing.
It still doesn't seem safe to me. I don't want you hanging around there when there's someone you don't know in there. I keep seeing stories on the news where thieves come round disguised as salesmen and try people's doors. If we left our door open, there could be robbers in there just taking their time because they think we're all out for the whole day. You text me for advice, right? Because you didn't know what to do. I'm telling you what to do right now. Leave the house and go next door and wait there. I'll call the police.
Yeah, I guess I texted you to find out what I should do, but also I thought you might know who was here. But I'm in the hallway and I can see into the house and it's all fine. Nothing has been messed up or taken. I really don't think whoever is in here is a robber.
Oh my God, Alex, please just get out of the house. If something were to happen to you right now, I would never be able to forgive myself, so please just do what I say.
Okay, I'll leave. But before I do, I'm gonna see if I can find out who it is. I'll just take a little look through the door to the lounge. That'll be okay, right? If there's someone on the couch, they'll be facing away from the door. And I can see from here it's not fully closed, so I'll be able to peek through the gap.
No, Alex, that is dangerous. Please stop. I'm on my way home now. I told my manager that there's been an emergency, so I'll jump into the car in a minute and call the police from there.
Dad! Hurry up! You have to get here as soon as possible.
Oh, what is happening, Alex?
Just hurry up!
Alex, what is going on? Please answer the phone. Are you okay? Come on, Alex, text back.
I'm sorry, Dad. It's okay. I'm fine. I found out who was in our house. I got rid of them.
What? How?
They kind of were trying to steal from us, but not how you thought.
Hey, Bruce. I'm really sorry about what happened yesterday. I just wanted to apologize again and make sure you know how much I already regret what I've done. That guy means nothing to me, really. We barely know each other. It's not a relationship or anything. Do you think you could forgive me?
I don't even care what people mean to each other. I've got no reason to forgive you for anything that you've done recently. You had an affair. You brought another man into our house in the middle of the day, and the worst part is that Alex saw the whole thing. You've never been a great mother, but now you've reached rock bottom. I don't think you could get any worse.
I'm sorry. But don't you think what Alex did to us yesterday was way too much? He totally overreacted. He sprayed Gareth in the eyes with his deodorant, and when I tried talking to him, he sprayed it at me too. I can still feel it stinging. I might have to go to the hospital to get my eyes bathed properly or something. Gareth couldn't see anything for about 15 minutes, Bruce. What if he went blind or something?
I have to admit, that was a bit of a shock to me too. I didn't know Alex could take care of himself like that. That was a great piece of quick thinking. He figured out how to disable that guy without causing permanent damage or anything.
It's not funny, Bruce. How do you know Alex was considering how much damage he caused? He seemed way too mad to be capable of making smart decisions.
Let's not talk about which of us was making smart decisions yesterday, Georgia, because it sure wasn't you. And I think you should be thankful it wasn't me who came home early and found you two like that. I don't know what I would have done. I'd like to think I could restrain myself and not resort to violence with you, but I probably wouldn't have been able to stop myself from going after this Gareth guy. And do you want to know the part that is really driving me crazy? You let that loser wear the baseball jersey I bought for Alex to wear to the game next month. It was a present. You must have found it in our closet, right? Did you think it was just a free jersey I had for no reason? How dare you let that dirty playboy wear our son's clothes?
I don't understand why it's such a problem. It's not a baseball jersey. It's not like I gave it to him. If you want me to replace it, I will. Gareth tore his shirt buttons off while he was getting undressed, so he couldn't put his own clothes back on. So I went to the closet, but I didn't want to give him any of your clothes because it would have been weird. That's when I found the jersey.
Please, spare me the details. It is crazy that you would bring another man over to our house, but now I'm supposed to accept that you had to let him wear your son's clothes as well? As if that's not as weird as letting him wear your husband's clothes.
I didn't do it because I thought it was hot or anything, Bruce. I'm not totally unhinged.
You could have fooled me. But yeah, I'll include the costs of the jersey in the settlement, so you'll end up by replacing it anyway.
What do you mean by settlement? Are you planning on asking for a divorce or something?
Of course, why wouldn't I in this situation? Do you have something to say about that? Is there a problem?
Of course I have a problem. I am not planning on marrying Gareth. Like I said, it's not a long-term thing. You don't have to worry about getting a divorce. Yesterday was just a 1D thing. It's out of my system now. Just a little fun, and then tomorrow it'll be back to normal.
But I don't want to go back to normal after all of this. I don't think I could even if I tried. Nobody asked you to look everywhere for your little bit of fun, but you did. There's no going back now. You cheated on me and betrayed Alex's trust in the worst way possible. You could have gone to a hotel or anywhere else, but you chose to bring that guy over to our home that we share as a family. Now neither Alex nor I will ever be totally comfortable in that house because of all the horrible memories it contains. And he'll never be able to unsee that image of you and your buddy going at it on that couch.
I said I'm sorry for that. It was just bad timing. I didn't think anyone would be home for hours. Obviously, I didn't plan it to happen the way it did.
Neither of you have any morals. How could that guy even agree to coming over to the house that you live in with your husband and son? Is that the kind of thing you people find exciting? You are disgusting.
I think you're going a bit too far, Bruce. Let's not make this weird. We just didn't really think it through too much. It was a spur of the moment thing. He met me there and we were going to go out, but we got distracted.
No, you're right. We don't have to talk about this stuff. I just don't understand why you would invite a man to our house in the first place. At least arrange to meet at a hotel or something. Now that I know what you were doing in there, I can't bear to be in there myself. The thought of it makes me sick. I don't want to be in my own house imagining all of the places that you've both touched with your naked bodies. And it's not just me. Alex doesn't want to go in there either. He says he's staying at my mom and dad's house for a while, and I agree. I don't think we're going to go back to that house to live in. Whatever happens in the divorce, that house will have to be sold.
I wish you would stop talking about getting a divorce. We haven't even talked about it yet. He's not the kind of decision you can just make by yourself, you know. We have to discuss what we both want and agree what to do. I'm telling you that I know everything that I did was wrong, and it won't ever happen again. Can't you believe me? I'll even pay to have the house redecorated. There'll be brand new furniture and everything. You won't recognize anything, I promise. Please don't ask me for a divorce. We can get through this.
It's not just the cheating, Georgia. You haven't been behaving like a proper member of this family for some time now. And if you never managed to change your behavior when I asked you to, how do you expect me to believe you can change it now? I asked you so many times not to go out and spend money on drinking and socializing, and you couldn't even manage that for me. Remember last year when you started spending all of that money playing online gambling games on your phone?
But I've stopped that now.
But you didn't quit because I asked you to. You quit because your boss found out that you were leaving the office every 30 minutes to play games in the bathrooms. Look, I understand that work has been stressful for you this year, so I wanted to make sure you had time to yourself to relax. But you just took advantage of that and started spending more time out of the house. Now I discover that you've been having an affair?
I'm sorry, Bruce. It was all a terrible mistake. I promise from now on I'll come straight home from work every day. I'll transfer all of my earnings into your account each month, and you can decide how much I have as an allowance. If you can just forgive me, I'll do anything, I swear.
The only way that I can begin to forgive you is if you agree to a divorce. If you'll do anything, you can do that, right? I've talked to Alex about it, and he says that's what he wants too. He'll come with me, and once we've been able to start getting over this, then you can start seeing him again, if you're still interested in being part of his life.
But I really don't want to be parted from you guys like this. You're all I have.
Then why did you cheat like that and cause us all of this pain?
I don't know. I was out of my mind. It was just an impulse, and I shouldn't have gone through with it.
Well, it doesn't matter now. It's done, and you can't take it back.
Also, I think I've been depressed. I wasn't ready to admit it before, but now I can see that I wasn't myself. So I started going to a bar near where I work. One of my coworkers goes there sometimes, and she invited me. I thought it would make me feel better. And Gareth is one of our clients who sometimes also goes there. He noticed I seemed unhappy, and he said he knew a way to make me feel more confident again. I thought he meant something like get a new haircut or something, but the first time I met him outside of work in the bar, he took me to a store and bought me new underwear. Then he said he wanted to know what it looked like on.
Stop, I don't need to know this.
But it really did help. I started feeling so much better about myself, but then one thing led to another.
Seriously, I don't want to hear it, Georgia. The only thing worse than knowing you slept with someone else is having to hear you talk about it. So are you blaming all of this on how sad you were about having your salary reduced?
Well, it really knocked my confidence, and you weren't being very supportive.
How could I be supportive when you weren't around? Stop trying to shift this back onto me, Georgia. You weren't at work today, right?
Well, I didn't really feel like it with everything that's going on, and I couldn't stop thinking about what you said about not moving out. I took the day off. Why are you asking anyway? I thought you didn't care about me anymore.
I found one of your door passes in my car last night, so I went over there to hand it in. And I wanted to talk to them about a couple of things. I knew that story you told me yesterday about Gareth just being a work client you ran into by chance didn't check out, so I wanted to ask someone. Judging by the new story you told me just now, you admit that you lied.
I forgot I said that.
Well, I found out a couple of other things while I was there. Mainly about how the pay cut stuff was all a lie, and you never actually had your salary reduced.
They can't just share that information with you. That's personal.
But I'm your husband. I have a right to know your personal information. And I told them I'd let everyone know that you slept with one of their clients.
So you blackmailed them into telling you my personal secrets?
No, actually, when I mentioned the pay cut, your manager said, "What pay cut?" And then I said they should fire you because you're a liar, and otherwise I might want to tell everyone about your behavior.
So, you were divorcing me, and you're going to get me fired as well? That is cruel, Bruce.
Personally, I think what you did was more cruel. You lied so you could avoid contributing to the household expenses. You also used that lie as an excuse to get sympathy and to avoid spending time with your family. And now you've cheated on me in our own home. You have got absolutely no respect for me or Alex, have you?
I promise I can make up for all of that. I never did that because I wanted to disrespect either of you. I was just going through some kind of crisis. You can trust me again, Bruce. Next time I won't let you down. I'll only ever think of you guys. I'll apologize to Alex and make sure he knows he's my #1 priority from now on. Please stop talking about divorce. It's reasonable for you guys to need some time away from me in the house, but you should call me again in a few weeks and we can talk about what to do. not decide the future of our marriage in the heat of the moment like this.
No, Georgia, it is too late now. It is like I said, it's not just a split-second decision for me. I've been considering it for a while now. This just pushed me over the edge. At first I thought keeping the family together would be best for Alex. But now he's caught you with another guy on our couch. I have to take steps to protect him from that happening again. We can't live with you anymore.
Maybe Alex is remembering that wrong. I am pretty sure when he came in we were just talking. We definitely weren't naked, were we?
Georgia, don't start trying to pretend Alex imagined what he saw. That's just gonna mess him up even more.
He can't prove it. Maybe he was just frightened and his imagination filled in some details.
Stop. Why do you keep trying to deny what happened? Don't you realize I can't trust you anymore now that I know that you've lied to me so many times? Even if you weren't technically naked when Alex saw you, he was traumatized by what he saw. The technicalities can't change that. Our relationship is ruined, Georgia, and so is your relationship with your son. Please, just accept that and let us get on with our lives.
But you can't just leave me like this. If you do, everyone at work will know it's true about the affair. If I'm fired and you leave, how will I afford to live?
I don't really care. It won't be my problem anymore. And I'm not going to feel guilty about saying that because you brought all of this on yourself. These last few months you've done whatever you pleased without worrying about how we feel about it. Why don't you just go back to doing that?
But I can't afford to lose you and my job, Bruce. Why won't you listen to me? Let me tell you something now, but you have to agree not to judge me.
I can't agree to that, but if you need someone to listen to you, go ahead.
The thing is, I never actually quit playing those gambling games. The only reason I can still afford to get by is because I didn't need to help so much with our bills, so if you leave, I won't be able to afford this house as well as bills and food.
You better hope you don't lose your job then. As long as you give up those games and keep your job, you should be able to get by just fine. Just make sure you don't spend any money on drinking or buying presents for your toy boys. But if money becomes tight for you, we can agree to sell the house in the divorce, and you can move to a smaller place.
That's not all, though. It's worse than that. I don't think moving to a smaller apartment is going to fix this problem.
What problem?
Well, back when I was working a lot of overtime and earning a lot, I just developed some expensive habits and also took out a credit card. And it was easy to pay it off because I was earning enough, right? But these days, it's just kind of mounting up and I can't afford to pay it. It's quite a lot of debt now, Bruce.
I don't want to know. It's not my problem. It's all in your name, right? It is your responsibility to sort this out.
But it would be so much easier if you and Alex lived with me and helped with the bills. I'll quit the gambling games and I'll just focus all my energy on making you both happy.
We all know that's not going to happen. You've just proven to me what a liar you are. You should get help, Georgia. I tried so many times to help you quit those games. I tried to get you more involved in this family. I did all I could to make sure none of this happened, but I couldn't do it all by myself. You had so many chances, but you blew them all. Goodbye, Georgia. Alex and I went to live with my parents for a few weeks after all of this took place. Luckily, their place isn't too far from Alex's school, so he could keep going to his classes and studying for his tests without too much stress. I think the stuff with his mom definitely affected his scores, but he was able to pull it back the next semester and he still applied and he got into a great college. His strength through all of this has been such a source of comfort to me. I knew I could handle the emotional strain of the divorce, but I was worried about how he would take it. Luckily, it turned out just fine. And now that he's at a college and not worrying all the time about helping around the house or whether his mom is going to be home, he is doing really great. Georgia wouldn't agree very easily to the divorce, since she knew it would leave her in such a financial mess, so in the end, we had to get a lawyer to come between us. I got full custody of Alex, but he's pretty much an adult now, so I don't really need to worry about looking after him so much.
But at least it means that Alex can choose whether he wants to meet with his mom or not. At the moment, he doesn't, but for the sake of his future self, I'm trying to encourage him to forgive her a little bit at a time. When the news about our divorce became public, everyone at George's work realized the rumors were true, and she was fired for having a relationship with a client. The guy, Gareth, also wasn't welcomed back as a client, so he had to move his business elsewhere. I heard afterwards that he's pretty close to bankruptcy because now he has a reputation and no banks will lend him anything. But I don't want to waste time thinking about that guy. These days I pretty much managed to forget about his existence altogether. But I can't forget about Georgia. I changed my number to try and escape her, but she still calls my parents sometimes to ask about Alex and me. For a long time she refused to accept the divorce was happening, but the lawyer managed to make her see sense. He had to convince her to agree to the terms while they were still good, because otherwise I was going to have to take her to court. So she agreed to sell the house and take half of the proceeds and whatever furniture in the house that was still hers. According to her parents, she now lives in a studio apartment in the next city and works 2 jobs to pay off the credit card debts she got into. She is very lucky that she still has supportive parents after what she did to me and Alex. After the divorce, they paid for her to go to a gambling rehab to shake the addiction. So she's finally free of those gambling games, and now she can work on becoming debt-free too. My life has been really great since the divorce. I've been able to move into a nice new place with a room for Alex and a spare room if he ever wants to bring a friend. My work is still going well, and I enjoy it a lot more since I'm no longer forced to work overtime to help pay for George's bad habits. Alex and I went through a lot to get a place where we finally felt happy and whole again. We were both hurt pretty badly, and I don't think we'll ever really forgive her. But as my coworker said, not having to worry about my partner and whether she cares about the family and everything will actually relieve a lot of stress. Even though I'm on my own right now, I feel like I can handle anything. I might even try dating again one day. But for now, all I need is the support of my fantastic son. We've always made a good team, and even with him away at college, we're stronger than ever. Maybe once Alex has finished his first semester at college, we'll take a little trip somewhere exciting. Or we could catch that baseball game we never got to see. Whatever happens, I'm sure we'll have a great time. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe for more content.